Hi, Jack. I wanted to leave you some feedback on your week 3 writing assignment, your thesis and outline. So as a whole, it's working pretty well. The thesis is clear. You have a clear stance and you have clear reasons for support. In addition, your outline makes sense, right? You are pinpointing the key moments in the text that you think helps reinforce the argument. So it's a good starting point. What you want to think about, of course, going forward is bringing in the specific evidence from the text in the form of direct quotation and paraphrase, and then unpacking those ideas in depth in each of these 3 body paragraphs that you have here. So the biggest thing that's missing from this submission is the summary, right? So without that summary, this thesis statement is going to fall flat. Because it comes out of context for the reader. So the reader really needs to know, well, who the narrator is, what story you're talking about, who the author is, what plot points, what the basic plot points are, and what the author's main argument is before they can determine if they align with what your stance is that you've presented in the thesis here. So in short, you need a full introductory paragraph here, right? You need your full and complete summary, and without it, right, these ideas are going to fall flat. So in terms of the reason that you've presented, I think these ideas here, description, pathos, and displays the scene after the job has been completed. I think these moments are effective. In terms of the items on the list, I think that you can get rid of your second he here and have your list be he describes, appeals, and displays. However, description and the use of appeals are 2 specific strategies. I'm not sure that displays is another strategy, right? This kind of feels like display is another way of saying description. So maybe really you don't have a 2-point thesis. Maybe really you're talking about how the author uses description and pathos in order to make his argument clear to the audience. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't use this final scene as evidence. You absolutely can, but I feel like this falls underneath the umbrella of description because displaying is not really a writing strategy, right? It's not something that writers would do in order to make their arguments clear. So you might consider, instead of turning this into a 3-point thesis, turning this into a 2-point thesis for clarity and for your own logic. Okay, so that's my feedback to you. As a whole, I think it could work. What you need for sure is a clear summary to create clear context, because without it, right, the arguments coming out of nowhere for the reader. So make sure that you have those things addressed in your final draft. All right, thanks.